everybody, thought my Wi-Fi just shorted out on me. Hope everybody's having a great day. Chris Carrington here. Welcome. Excited to be live. I have not gone live in a while. I feel like it's been at least a week. I love to try to get on here at least a couple times a week, but I'm a busy mom and it's life. Am I right? So thanks for tuning in, those of you that are hopping on. For those of you that don't know me, hey, Miss Megan, my name is Chris, and I am a wife, and I'm a mom, and I'm all about just living a low maintenance and simple lifestyle so that I've got, the time and the energy to do the things that I love. And I cover all topics because low maintenance is truly a very wide range of things, but it is my life. And health is also a big passion of mine. Hey, Courtney. Thanks, girl. Appreciate it. I've had a busy morning with Halloween stuff at school and all that. And I just wanted to hop on real quick, hoping maybe I could catch y'all on your lunch hour and touch base with y'all a little bit and talk to you about something I am super passionate about. Those that know me personally for a long time know that this is who I am, this is what I breathe and sleep, and it's just a big part of me. And today in particular is a topic that is sometimes a bit touchy and might come across, like I'm on a soapbox, and I hope that's not the way it comes across, because it really is just a message that I feel like we can maybe come together on. But before I go there, let me know if you are on live by dropping a live and where you're tuning in from. I always love to see where y'all are at. And if you're watching me on replay, let me know that as well and drop a little replay in the comments. And I hope everybody's having an awesome Halloween. Throw me some hearts or Halloween emojis and let me know if you're having an awesome day. I cannot believe tomorrow begins November and the holidays are completely upon us. Cannot believe it. But quick question for you mamas. If you're a mama, throw me some hearts, or a grandmother, or a dad, or a grandfather, or if you just have children in your life, throw me some hearts, and let's connect, because would love to know, how many times a week would you say you dine out with the kids in tow? It could be quick service, it could be fast food, it could be fine dining, doesn't matter. And no judgment. You can say 7 days a week. You can say 0 times a week. No judgment, okay? We absolutely eat out probably 1 night a week, I would say. It doesn't sound like a lot, but truthfully, because if you know me, I am low maintenance and we're always eating our leftovers. I don't cook every single night. We're big on leftovers. But that was a lie from another day. But we do go out to eat. Sometimes life is hectic and that's just what we have to do. And other times we're just celebrating and we want to take the kids out, right? So anyhow, cool. Thanks for answering. Next question. Do your kids eat off of the kids menu or the adult menu when you go out to eat together? Usually the kids menu is offered in your, sit at the table order kind of establishment. Otherwise a quick service place might just have smaller portions of what's on the adult menu. And then fast food is a whole different beast. But going out to eat, restaurant, taking the kids, are you ordering off the kids menu? Yes or no, or both? Let's see, Megan, both. I try to skew them to the kids though, LOL. I feel you, babe. Veggie puree for the win. This is a topic for my future. Whoop, whoop. Hey, Courtney. Okay, so again, no judgment, no right or wrong answer, y'all. Okay, so here's my food for thought on the kids menu and why I think we have created a sleeping monster. And I feel like this is a great time for us to come together and possibly really change this. That is my hope anyway. I don't think myself I can change it, but I do think this message can change it. And if this is something that you're also passionate about, go ahead and hit that share button on the bottom of your screen and invite a friend or two, or just share it if you know you have your tribe and community of moms who are also passionate about this and want to know more about this and want to connect with other mothers that feel passionately about this topic. So again, going back to low maintenance and simple, the kids menu, it's not low maintenance and it's not simple. And here's why. Here's my 2 cents, okay? One, cost. My kids, even when they order off the kids menu, y'all know this, they're distracted, they're busy, they're not really paying attention to what's happening, they're eating slowly. Mine rarely polish off their plate. If they do, it's rare. Okay, so wasted food. Why not share the entree, right? Why not share what you ordered? Because y'all, an adult entree, typical serving is between 2 and 3 servings. Hey, Lisa, is typically between 2 and 3 typical servings in a restaurant. Okay, so again, think about that. Low maintenance, simple. Why not order something you know at least one of your kids likes? Split the entree with them. It's food, right? So then B, y'all, it sends the wrong message. I'm sure you've heard this before. Kid food versus grown-up food. Why? Why have we put this into 2 completely different categories? And it starts with going out to eat. There's the kids menu, and sometimes they don't even have the kids menu. They will immediately offer it though. The waiter will say, would you like a kids menu for the kids while we're here? You know, some will go so far as to bring them their food first. What is that? No, and I always say no. Please do not bring my children their food first. They can wait right along with us for their meal. Now, if you have a toddler, I've been there. My girls are 11 and 9. I've been there. However, y'all, I mean, bring a snack. I don't know, color, something. But they can wait for their meal, right? But that's a completely different subject, again, of what we're teaching our kids, that they can't wait for the meal with the rest of the family. At home, I wouldn't serve them first at the dinner table, right? They would wait till everything's ready. We sit down together and we eat. That is so true. We don't do kid food at our house, so why do it out? Exactly. So it just goes back to kid food versus, you know, grown-up food. Again, then how are you going to break the cycle of when you go back home and you're not in a restaurant and it's, you know, now you feel like you have to prepare a completely different meal for your kids versus what you were having for dinner? Because kid food, grown-up food, that's how it is everywhere else. So their expectations, you know, might be that at home it should be a kids menu and a grown-up menu, cook 2 separate meals. Low maintenance mama doesn't play that. I don't do that. The only time my kids are eating a separate meal is because I'm going out or it's just a really hectic sports and activities night and the kids have to eat before me, but they're eating what I've prepared for the family. They might not like it all. They might not eat it all. But I'd rather them go to bed a little bit hungry, but full of that little bit of nutrition than just empty calories, right? Which is what a lot of these foods are. So just, you know, going back to that, let's break that cycle. In that usually the kids menu is going to be what we call the birthday party diet. Chicken fingers, pizza, fries, hot dogs, corn dogs. Sometimes you have restaurants with the kids menu that offers like pasta, choose buttered or marinara, you know, corn on the cob and etc. And it doesn't sound too bad, but y'all, typically that kids menu, even though it looks essentially like a wholesome meal, it's typically prepared with processed food. It's typically not the way your meal might be prepared. Obviously, depending on where you're eating, you know. Hey, friend. Thanks, Caitlin. I appreciate it. So, you know, birthday party diet. So when you add it up, if you're a busy family, you have to go out to eat 1 or 2 nights a week or more. And then you add up birthdays, friends' birthdays, snacks on the soccer field, celebrations at school, the holidays. It is nonstop celebrations. Every excuse in the book we have to either decorate a cookie or bake a cake, you know, you name it. Y'all, you add that up, that's a lot of days in a week, right? So, birthday party diet. If you have to go out to eat, then why not, again, split the entree? Even if it's not something you really wanted, try to find something you know your kid might like and split it with them. And at least they're getting, not getting empty calories. Because I'm going to give y'all a little fact here, and some of you may know this. Excuse me, y'all, my mouth's getting dry. Super passionate about this issue, and I get nervous. 5 top diseases that are killing Western civilization, y'all. Especially Americans, okay? Cancer, heart disease, Parkinson's, Alzheimer's, and type 2 diabetes, not to be mistaken with type 1. Be real clear right here. Type 2 diabetes, it's an autoimmune. Autoimmune typically are caused by lifestyle and eating habits. So again, food for thought. And what's even scarier about this, y'all, is that other countries outside of the U.S. that did not see this disease, these 5 diseases very often, are now on the uprise. They are getting sick. These diseases are popping up. Why do you think that is, y'all? Because they are adopting our way. They are starting to eat a lot of the foods that Americans eat. I'm not speaking for all Americans, but our culture is known for, especially the processed food sort of generation of this just overproduction of food, right? Because it's a business. Food's a business at the end of the day. So they're trying to make a lot of it and in a cheap way. So it is then costing us our health. And y'all, it's costing us more money on the back end. You got it, girl. I will send you some crock-pot recipes. If you think about it, you know, we live in a sick care system. We don't live in a healthcare system. And one of our biggest issues in this country is healthcare. And I'm not getting on a political rant, y'all. It's just a topic. It's just a fact that healthcare, cha-ching. And it seems that healthcare costs are going up and going up because, y'all, people are sick. People are getting sicker and sicker. So how do you change that? Do you continue to try to improve the healthcare? Do you continue to try to find cures for diseases and spend every nickel and dime on that? Sure, we have to right now. But if we take it back to just the basics, and that starts with our kids, that starts with raising them to change that. And that starts in how we posture, how we look at food. Right? Type 1, if you agree with me, y'all, that we have the opportunity as parents to truly change that. We have the opportunity to show them what it means to eat whole foods. You do not have to be a gourmet cook. You do not have to spend thousands of dollars on groceries. But I tell you what, you're going to be spending tenfold that on your own family's health care if we don't get this under control 20, 30, 40, 50 years down the road, and your kids will thank you, right? Can I get an amen if you are with me that this is just a problem? And I'm so sick and tired of watching it go nowhere and people just trying to, you know, figure out ways to get healthy in their 30s and 40s because we are now learning the impact of this food production world that we live in and this processed food world that we live in. Had we known what we know now 20, 30 years ago, y'all, where would we be? So, you know, I've told y'all this before. I was raised in an Italian home. My parents are immigrants. So I was raised in, you know, on the Mediterranean diet. And one thing my mom pointed out to me that she couldn't believe was the kids menu. And she was just like, what do you mean the kids menu? Like, do they just not bring me a smaller portion for my child of whatever you have on your menu? Because that's how it was for her growing up. And when we lived in Italy when I was a young child, I can specifically remember going into restaurants and, you know, they basically having 3 or 4 options on the menu. And they would just say, look, the chef would just come right out and say, this is what the fisherman caught this morning, and this is the poultry we have available today, and these are the vegetables that are local and in season, and how would you like this prepared, and what would you like? And what would the kid like? I can make a smaller portion of what they like. There was no kids menu. There weren't 14 pages of options of what you could get, and then, you know, get the appetizer and the dessert, the appetizer and the entree for free. Together get the dessert for free. You know, I can go on and on, right? So just taking it back to real food, no such thing as kids food versus adult food. And we have to show them that as parents because it's everywhere and it's marketed to them very, very well. They're beautiful coloring books that are menus, right? There's pictures everywhere. There's commercials. It's constant marketing to your kids and making our fight as parents that much harder, you know? That's not low maintenance. That's not simple for mom when she's constantly fighting that battle, even in a restaurant. So, again, if you're with me, type with me, or if you agree, type agree, and let me know I'm not alone on this. And again, I'm not perfect, and we don't do this perfectly all of the time, but if we could do this somewhat perfectly, like 80% of the time, I think we would see massive changes in the health of this country and this generation that we are raising that truly has an opportunity to turn it around. And it starts with us, and it starts with the choices we make and the choices we guide our kids on when it comes to being able to make smart decisions about what they're eating. And so let's just model that, and let's change it. And I hope that this, brought you some value, and I appreciate y'all tuning in and listening. And if this is something you're also passionate about, please feel free to share, or even just send me a private message and say, hey, if you don't want to share this, and just send me a message and say, hey, you know what, Chris, I hear you and I agree. And I feel like maybe we can all come together and find an answer that is simple without constantly feeling like we're fighting our kids for what's essentially good for them. Because we know we're going to have a lot of battles in every aspect of their lives. And so this one doesn't have to be a battle. It can really be simple. So anyhow, happy Halloween if you're celebrating. Happy Tuesday if you're not. And again, thanks again for listening. And until next time, bye everybody.